in the middle of the forest, in the middle of a forest. I wanted to hop on, driving, of course, to work with my fingers crossed with the hopes I don't have to work overtime tonight. Yesterday, we had a huge government job that needed to be done. Like, immediately drop everything, let's go kind of job. And hence, I had to work overtime. So, with that being said, the fingers are crossed because I'm hoping tonight I get to leave at 9 o'clock to do the live. Today's live, I want to talk about budgeting and tips, tricks, etc., etc. I already put the thumbnail on. I already put the announcement on. So if you can, please check the box to notify you when I go live. Make any comments if, of course, you can't make the live tonight, to give me any tips, tricks, comments that you have about budgeting. It doesn't have to be about carnivore, because remember, I have dropped those two words, Carnivore Jerry, from my title. It's just in the middle of a forest. That's my YouTube channel. So any budgeting ideas that you have, please put them down in the comments and I will address them for tonight. In addition to talking live to people, generally speaking, I want to be able to end a live after 60 minutes. I only want to do it for 1 hour. And go to bed. Of course, I work second shift. Second shift stinks because I miss a lot of the lives that are on. I miss a lot of the activity and, of course, the chats between people. But thanks to my OSHA approved hearing devices, I can keep track on the daily listening. More often than not, I can listen. Sometimes I even listen during meetings. Shh. Shh, don't tell anybody. I am following an implement driver right now. Oh, this is farm country. This city girl just needs to realize, leave early because the crops have to get in. So today's one of those days. So hooray for the farmers. I just need patience. Okay, let me tell you what happened to me on Monday. Oh, this is awful, and I should have known better. This is just me. The information I do on this channel is not to be construed as any medical advice. I just finished my coaching class, and I on YouTube gives scenarios as it applies to my life, what I feed myself, what I feed my husband when I want him to eat healthfully. He doesn't always. He's pretty stuck on the standard American diet, if you will. But I don't sweat the small stuff. So let me tell you what happened Monday. I was down to my last scoop of the, in my opinion, if you like it, you guys like it. No shade thrown on the company, just my taste buds. The strawberry Equip. Oh, awful. I should have known. I think in the back of my mind, I wanted it to taste like the old Neapolitan, and I talked about that before, so I don't have to beat that dead horse. So the last scoop I had, I took it with, mixed it with some Greek yogurt from Costco, really super thick Greek yogurt, high protein. Mixed it, cleaning out the freezer, there was probably, I don't know, something, maybe 4 tablespoons, maybe a quarter of a cup of frozen raspberries. I know they weren't bad because they were in the freezer. We didn't lose power. But after eating that for lunch on Monday night and not eating the real berries, raspberries, because I mixed it in with the Strawberry Equip and the keto, perfect keto strawberry collagen, that's not a problem. Clearly it's not a problem. I've done that before. But these raspberries, as Dr. Chafee says, and Dr. Kiltz too, plants are trying to kill me. They are, and that was what happened to me on Monday after lunch. I got back from lunch at work, sitting there, stomach not doing real good. Am I going to throw up? Do I have to poop? Hey, this is a real channel. It is what it is. I wasn't feeling peak performance. Now, I'm the type of person that I don't want to go home sick. So I conveniently placed a garbage receptacle with a bag next to me just in case, because I don't run. And I didn't have to use it, but the restroom is relatively close to me, so I was confident not to go home sick. I said, I'm just going to handle it as it happens. I didn't want to resort to the finger down the throat because that was the way that I used to eat to sustain my mental habit of anorexia back in the day. You know, the Karen Carpenter days when everybody wanted to be skinny because that was a thing. So I didn't want to do that, but I realized full well it was the raspberries. So today, cleaning, of course, of the, not really cleaning, organizing my freezer, I found some blueberries. What did I do with the blueberries, you ask? What do you think I did with them? I took the blueberries outside and placed them on our deck ledge, the railing of the deck, for the birds. Because birds eat plants, birds eat fruits, seeds, etc. Let the birds have it. They won't get sick. Me, on the other hand, no, I can't do it. And doggone it, these bugs, my windshield is just loaded with them. Yuck. I still believe in the fact that if you want to make a change and be the change and don't want to have to keep going on YouTube, beef, moan, complain about raspberries, blueberries, lettuce, my stomach. My stomach is not affected by pickles, the rare pickles that I have, very rare pickles, or sauerkraut, the fermented vegetables, of course. I used to love fermented beets back in the day, but I don't dare do that. Way high, too high sugar count. But I digress. So if ever I am on this channel beefing, write this down, today's date, October 2nd, 2025. If ever you hear me beef, moaning, and complaining about doing vegetables, mark it down, that I got sick, mark it down, let me know. I will give you $50 to the first person that brings it to my attention, because number one, I'm cheap. Number two, that type of feeling, I don't want that anymore. So with that being said, if I was to keep doing it, I'm sure my body would become acclimated to fruits, vegetables, etc., etc. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to buy them. I don't want to cook them. I don't want to do the time it takes to all encompassing involved with vegetables, chopping, everything that you guys know about a vegetable. I don't want to do it, period. I may resort to buying Jack his lettuce for his little salad, but I highly doubt it if he'll ever eat salad in our house, because I don't want to buy it and have it go to that much waste. He doesn't eat that much salad, so he'll have to eat his salad outside, out of the house, in a restaurant. Not outside like on the deck or anything, but in a restaurant. And he's not a big fruit person. Oh, he likes his apple things that I make for him with the crumbly crust kind of thing, those type of apple things, albeit very, very, very rare that I do a lot of that for him these days. But to be successful on any plan, and of course to be a YouTuber, and of course respectfully to be somebody that's trying to coach somebody, of course, if I have a customer or client that, for lack of a better term, backslides on the way of eating that they wanted me to design for them based on their wants and their needs, with input from me about how it worked in my life, how it may work for them. Everything is geared towards the customer and the client, first and foremost. At that point, I will get all Dr. Phil on them and say, how did that work out for you? There comes a point in an argument where the person, after debate back and forth, the discussion stops. The person first to speak, generally speaking, loses the debate. The first person to cave. That's my experience in negotiations, and I have done a lot of negotiations in my 64 years on this earth. So I'm gonna close it because I'm almost nearing my destination, closing this live for right now, saying if you can pop on tonight at 10 o'clock, of course you can catch the replay, but I strongly encourage people to please put any questions and comments beforehand, so that as you're sleeping, I can be able to address them with whomever is on the live tonight from 10 o'clock Central, 11 o'clock Eastern, for 1 hour. Tips and tricks about budgeting. That's it for now. Thanks for listening. Thanks for driving me all the way from my house to Chautauqua, Wisconsin. Have a pleasant rest of your day, everybody. Toodles for now.